Hey there, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a Toyota Starlet GT Turbo. This one here is a 1996. It was bought from auction to be sent to the USA. If you don't know about this car, you really should. It's a car that was never sold in the USA. I mean, the older Starlets were, but not this generation with the turbo engine. It's a 1.3 liter engine, 4-cylinder of course, and original turbo with intercooler on the top. Puts out 135 PS, so that's like 133 horsepower. And the car weighs 900 kilograms. And so 1.3 with 130 horsepower is 100 horsepower per liter, which is not something that a lot of cars got to, even turbo cars of this era. Nowadays, I guess you see it a lot more, but yeah, when this came out, it was a little rocket. Okay, timing belt has been changed at 192,000 kilometers. At the moment it has 197,000 kilometers. The condition of it is pretty good considering what it is. These were very popular race cars here in Japan because, you know, 900 kilograms stock, and then you can lighten them from there. It's lighter than a Miata, more horsepower than a Miata. And because it's turbo, makes it easier to get more horsepower out of it if that's what you want. Just a little front wheel drive hatchback. And people didn't usually take good care of them because they were just, you know, $1,000 for one of these, and then they got tracked. This one here has not been on a track, I believe. Just switch the engine off there. And the condition is fair. It has some things that it needs here and there, but unlike, say, an FD or something like that, typically people would just get a new car when they start to wear out instead of go and restore them. So they are getting a little bit harder to find these days. Oh, and before I get into any more details, it is covered in pollen. It is officially pollen week, or pollen 3 weeks, I guess. And I can't sleep because my nose keeps getting plugged in the middle of the night. We get this like twice a year, and it's bad. And you can't wipe it off. You have to wash it, and we don't have a tap to wash it. Yeah, so I'm so sorry. Alright, so condition. 96 Starlet GT Turbo. It's a little bit more than 1.3, but not quite a 1.4. 1.33. Okay. Usually like a 1.3 would be like 1290 or something, so below that. Not like it really matters that much. This is an auction grade R with an interior C. Power steering, power windows. 197,860 kilometers. Still had current registration on it when we got it. 5-speed manual. You can get them with autos, but the manuals are much more common to have lasted this long. AC, and it does work. Purchased from user. Turbo car. Authentic. I can't read that. I'm sorry. Advan Racing, 15-inch wheels. Momo steering wheel. First time at auction. Front and rear accident repair. Now, I've taken a look at it, and I think that in general it looks pretty good in terms of accident repair. Just a little bit of rust at the edge there, and on the other side it's kind of weird. It's just surface stuff, so. And you got to repaint the hood anyway because it's all faded. But anyways, back to the accident damage. It's not perfect. This fender to this hood doesn't line up exactly perfectly. You get the same thing on this side. That's the kind of damage that you get from something that's been in an accident. On the rear, it's usually a little bit better. This one is as well. Go back to the auction inspection sheet, and so it says steering wheel. Here's the report. Steering wheel scratched. Dashboard has screw holes. There's actually 5 of them. Seat has a cigarette burn, and it's really too small to really consider it to be a cigarette burn. I'll show you when we get into the interior. It says interior is dirty. Core support and the front support have been replaced. These are the upper and lower pieces of metal that the radiator attaches to. So one of them will be here, one of them will be there. The bumper would have been replaced. Oh, I didn't turn off the fog lights. I'll go turn those off now. I turned the city lights on just so that I could see it with the fog lights, but then I forgot that I had done that. I quite like these headlights. This is the Koki model, or the later model. Headlights and fog lights. If this was my car, it would get yellow lights in the bottom, because I love yellow fog lights on a car from the 90s. Or 80s. Or basically anything. Okay, what else do we got? My gosh, it's windy. Okay, right front inner panel, right front side member dented. That means basically damage in the frame because of the accident. Okay, wheels scratched, winter tires, rear panel and rear floor dented, underside dented, and surface rust. It's actually pretty clean rust-wise for a vehicle this old. Exterior has paint peeling, very small scratches, small dents, repair marks. And then there's W2, so repainted panels basically everywhere. Paint peeling on the roof, windshield rock chip, uneven paint here and there, and a few medium-sized dents. Now I got the medium-sized dents in the side panel check video that'll accompany this video. I won't get into much detail about that on this one, but take a look as we go around the vehicle here. Side panels have a few dents. It's really not that bad. I think a little bit lower suspension would help it. I think the original body with the spoiler there and the slots and the back bumper there that you could cut out to be little vents so you can be Honda Civic style. I don't know if people have noticed, but Civic people, always looking for a little bit more, will cut holes in the rear bumper in order to not act as a parachute. And the amount that it actually helps, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's that much. But you could do that on this. It like I said, it has those little fins, and you can cut them out if you want, the underside of them. I think that's kind of the idea, but then Toyota didn't want to actually have holes there. Okay, functional hood scoop. As you saw, there's an intercooler in there. And yep, 900 kilograms makes this about 50 kilograms less than an NA Miata. Okay, so the projector headlights were only on the later generation. Otherwise, they had the regular louvered plastic headlights that you'll often see on cars of this era. I think the wheels look great with a nice chrome finish. They're a little bit old, maybe 10 years old or something, maybe a little bit older than that. Here you can see this area and this area have fade. Okay. And these two areas. It is an original black. The person who bought this asked us to check the paint code. It is a 202 black. Original. He also asked us to talk about the JDM tree, which, unless you've been watching for years and years and years, you probably wouldn't know. This one here is that one. And so, here you go, man. Here's a video of the JDM tree. They almost cut it down. This one here used to be a tree, and now it's just a stump with some vegetation still growing off of it. And I'm so glad that they didn't cut this guy down. That's my favorite tree. And if you look at my older videos, you can see some growth. This part here was only about, I don't know, 1 meter, and now it's 3. Extra tree is in Japan. Okay, so some dents here. Okay. This side, generally pretty good, I would say. A little bit hard to focus. Thank you. This side has more dents. Okay, now you can't open the trunk without popping it, which is kind of annoying. Oh, here's something that's fun about this. The car has a low boost button. Take a look. Low boost. The button that no owner has ever touched, except for maybe once to see what it was like. Even at that. Why even bother? Why not make it a high boost button? That makes a lot more sense to me. Sort of like the M5 has something that's like that, where you can put it in M mode and get an extra 100 horsepower. So, official Toyota mat. Now underneath here has cardboard, and that cardboard is ripped. It's actually quite hard to raise the cardboard up to see the spare tire. There's a little bit of like orange, kind of rusty, no corrosion in there, but there is some surface rust and stuff. Take a look at the pictures if you want more details. The hatchback design makes it really easy to load stuff in, because you have a nice big opening, and if you put these seats down, you're going to get a bunch of room to put stuff. And I mean, yeah, you can put stuff up to wherever the glass is. So economical, good use of space, and a little sports car. Doors that are giant size too. Nowadays they don't make doors this big because it's not as safe. But big doors make it easy to get into your car and out. So maybe if you were to get into a car accident, and because of the size of the door, you'd be able to get out. Whereas the small door, you'd be like, ah, it's crushed, can't get out. And plus, little car, less chance of getting into an accident in the first place. Okay, so take a look at the seats. Notice how the top part is faded differently from the bottom part. It looks like it used to have lace seat covers on it. Momo steering wheel is in generally good condition, not perfect, but quite good. Need to get some cleaning going on the floor carpets, and the logo right there has come off on both driver and passenger. Okay, pretty regular gauges there. You do have a 2-mode turbo boost gauge. Yes. Low boost button. Weird. Cigarette burns right here. Well, they don't go through and it's still soft for that area, so to me it's not a huge worry. Here's the screw holes in the dashboard, like they said. Headliner is very 1970s like. It's not made out of like a soft touch material, it's just like a vinyl, which I actually prefer. It's easier to clean. Driver's side is going to be difficult to get in. The passenger side will do the go forward and go back when you pull it, but the reason why the driver doesn't is so that you can remember where the driver's seat is supposed to be, so you don't have to reset it every time. Okay, we get this much leg room. Not the best, but go ahead and take these seats out and you'll go down from your 900 kilograms to even lower. Oh, and you don't have a kick pad here. You only do here. You kick that to open the seat up, because you're not supposed to get into the back from the driver's seat. Okay, good thing I'm not that large. It's still difficult for me to get out. And looks like somebody left a bottle in. We have Hojicha roasted green tea from 7-Eleven. Nice. That somebody left their Hojicha. Okay, so that's the end of the report here. Hope this satisfied your craving for all your Starlet lovers out there, which there are quite a few in Japan and in other places of the world. The US doesn't really know about this car so well, but there you go, now you do. Okay, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.